Good evening. Evening, guys. Back again. So here we are, Sunday evening. Another live stream. God, it's been a few days now, hasn't it? I think it was 6 ago was my last one, but back now. So with this one tonight, the main topic is going to be getting into all this stuff with this controversy with Diddy, with all these allegations, and there just seems to be a good few more and more have come out since all that stuff that came out with the thing with Cassie, the singer. Mate, Cara, my friend, how are you doing? Good that you joined me. You got the notification this time round. Then. How you doing though? Had a good day. Had a good weekend so far. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Yeah, not bad. Just been kind of a quiet day. Just watching some of the football. A couple of good games. Kilmarnock beat Celtic. Tottenham, they had a good game. They beat Newcastle. So no, I've been okay though. So yeah, so with this stuff, I was going to get into this stuff because I'd sent a post on my community page about Diddy, but I was wanting to get a bit more into this stuff though, trying to get into the thick of it, if you will. Hi, Julio Cass. Hey, mate, how are you? Good of you to join. It was good when the regulars join. Just gonna get this link sent out on Twitter. Second. Laundry, mate. The joys of a Sunday evening, eh, Julio Cass? When's your next schedule to be on, Julio Cass, Penny Bunny? Just a second. All right. Oh, I see. I see. Okay. Okay, so Mr. Comic kind of fires your beard at man. I think it was just getting a bit too scraggy, and I think it was Wednesday. I shaved it. I was just like, nah. So I'm kind of just rocking the stubble right now. I just have this thing. It's not even so much of growing a beard because I feel it looks cool. I just can't be arse shaven. That's how I grow it. Uh, But yes, so with this stuff though with Diddy, so I mean Diddy for a while now I found to be a very kind of dark, sketchy type character. When I was younger, a kid, a teenager, didn't better. Diddy's probably one of the guys, one of the bigger main type of guys in rap, hip hop that I would have put up on a pedestal. Diddy was one of the top rappers. Well, I'll take it back. Back in the 90s, the rap wasn't really that big in the UK like it was, in the States. And there was probably the three biggest rappers around the late 90s, early noughties, when you think about it, in the UK. commercially speaking, Diddy, Dre, Eminem, and two out of the three of those guys aren't really rappers. They're producers. They're businessmen, and they don't always rap. I don't think Dr. Dre writes raps. Diddy might write some raps, but both, Diddy and Dre are producers, moguls, made a lot of money. A lot of controversy though. There's been allegations there with Dr. Dre. There's stuff that's well documented with stuff with Dr. Dre of assaulting women and stuff like that. The stuff, the allegations with Diddy, with physical assault with Cassie, that surprised me a little bit because I never heard those type of allegations about Diddy before. There's the whole thing, the big rumor about that Diddy is secretly he's gay or bisexual, whatever. That rumor for a long time now in rap. Some people might say it's kind of like an open secret, but it's just one of those things though with Diddy. It might be a thing where he's hypersexual. I don't think he's like in the closet gay kind of thing. And I think Diddy, because of that, he's that old school dude still. In the back in the 90s with the rap community did not accept gay people for the most part. Let's just be honest. That's how it was. That's wrong, but I don't know Diddy would ever be that type of guy. Like, take Kevin Spacey, for example, right? Kevin Spacey, when he had all those allegations out against him, all of a sudden he comes out, he's gay. And that was probably a blatant attempt on his part to kind of a desperate attempt, really, when you think about it, to control the narrative, to get the heat off of him that, he had done all these things. There was these, really bad accusations of him abusing really young guys, guys that were coming up in the acting game. It was that like old Vic Theatre that he was part of, and was it London around the 80s or whatever. But he must have had some really strong people in his corner, big time lawyers that were able to get him a lot off. Well, was it almost majority of the allegations were almost all of them he was declared not guilty on. But that's the kind of power you can have when you've got money and friends in high places. And to me, Diddy will have a lot of friends still in high places, despite all the stuff that's going on with him right now. And then you've got the headline of this was, the video is 18 companies have severed ties with Diddy. So getting into that, so what it is specifically is that 18 brands have confirmed to Rolling Stone that they've severed ties with. This is a e-commerce platform that Diddy launched called Empower Global. This is an online marketplace for Black-owned businesses. After the R&B singer Cassie, our full name Cassandra Ventura, and 3 other women accused the producer turned entrepreneur of sexual assault and physical violence. The quote here: "This decision was made on the day that Cassandra filed her lawsuit." This is from Annette DeJow, founder of luxury bag, eyewear, and apparel company House of Takura. She told the Rolling Stone, "We take the allegations against Mr. Combs very seriously and find such behavior abhorrent and intolerable. We believe in victims' rights, support victims, and speaking their truth even against the most powerful of people." Annette Azan, founder of undergarment and shapewear line Nudie System, says she also terminated her Empower Global account the day she learned of Ventura's allegations. Leonard Greer, co-founder of No One Clothiers, says his company acted immediately as well. While this decision was difficult due to the reverence we once held for Mr. Combs as a leader in business and entertainment, it was clearly the correct choice, Greer tells Rolling Stone. Our brand is founded on the belief that every individual is important and worthy of respect, regardless of gender, ethnicity, age, etc. The allegations against Mr. Combs are in direct conflict with these beliefs. I felt a moral imperative to end our relationship. Ashley Gaudilock, founder of luxury skincare brand Tesuri, says her company unequivocally seeks to terminate its association with Empower Global. As a woman-owned and led company, we do not and will not linger in a grey area about the mistreatment of women. So 18 companies now have severed ties with it, with a specific company that he has, Empower Global. I don't think that means. I think there'll still be people there. That'll still stay with him for now. I guess they'll try and ride this wave, so to speak. But it doesn't look good for Sean, Puffy, Combs, Diddy, whatever you want to call him. It doesn't look good. And it is one of those things I'm starting to feel like, are the walls really closing in on him now? Could we very shortly be having a surviving Diddy docu-series like they had with R. Kelly, Surviving R. Kelly? It could happen. You never know. But too much power, Cara. That's the thing. It goes to your head, right? It goes to your head. And you think you're untouchable. And you can think you can do everything you want. I mean, some of the crazy things about these allegations were about him physically assaulting. It was like in a hotel back in 2015, 2016 time. And he was able to pay off the hotel security like 50,000, 60,000 pounds. So for him to get the footage of it. Was like it was in like outside the room. He had assaulted her. He just gone crazy ballistic. And you think to yourself, well, would somebody go that far though? Like somebody had to sign off on that, right? I don't know who would sign off on it overall. It wouldn't just be the regular hotel worker. It would be like the manager or something, or even somebody higher up from him. But they agreed to take the money so they could give him the footage. And you think that at that point they would have done really the morally right thing and called the cops and they would have dealt with it. But no, he was able to pay off the hotel so they could get the footage. That just shows you how much power this dude has. You're saying Joey Cass, "Come with Me." Yeah, that was the song. That was the song with Nicole Scherzinger of the Pussycat Dolls. Yeah. He had the song around the same time with Christina Aguilera. "Tell Me," I think it was called. But it goes on here. So about the brands that have severed ties with him. So some of the existing exiting brands, have already been wiped from the site. The exodus marks a rapid and astounding free fall from the created platform, giving Combs' splashy launch in July time. Combs, who has sunk more than 20 million into the venture, had gushed he was more excited about Empower Global than when he started his infamous record label, Bad Boy Entertainment, in 1993. He said, "I'm going into these areas to diversify things and fight for inclusion," Combs said in July. "This is a platform about sharing power and empowering each other. This is something that is for my people. It's a tipping point for us to wake up, start paying attention, supporting each other while taking responsibility and accountability." So all the kind of right things that he's probably, had a publicist, to word up and make it sound all nice and articulate and professional. But Diddy, I mean, again, Diddy seemed like this guy that was kind of like all about bringing people together, positivity, all this good, high, energy, all the big parties he would throw. It was all about, people being happy, coming together as one, all that good stuff. And you always find when people it's always when the people kind of aggressively put on that front and that facade, they're some of the most shitty people you'll ever meet. Like the people that are like, "Hey, I want to be your friend. Hey, look at me. I'm this big extrovert." They're some of the most calculated foul fuckers you would meet, right? And this is just how it is. It's just people, so many people, it's about perception and it's cultivating a certain image, you know what I mean? But that image is not necessarily who they really are, their true character. And I feel this is kind of what this is, right here with, with P. Diddy, Puffy, whatever, Love. I think Love, you change his name to Love. Hard to keep up with this guy. He's something else, though, isn't he? Too nice to trust. Yeah, that's a good point. So overall, you don't know too much about Diddy, Julio Cast, do you? Wouldn't piss on him if he was on fire. Hmm. Yeah, a lot of bad things. There's a lot very dark, sketchy character. The record label he had, Bad Boy Records, so many casualties came out of there. Biggie dead, Mace turned to became a preacher, Craig Mack turned to this weird cultish religion. Was it Shine became like a his yeah orphan, was it called Pacific Jew? Uh, Loon um became a Muslim. He went to jail for possession of drugs or whatever the fuck, I know. But so many people that ended up just became a casualty. But he thrived though. Um, Smart guy though. He's very very savvy guy. But getting more into this stuff with Diddy. So there's a story here I'm reading. It's with the Diddy's ex, the Cassie. She a friend of hers. A friend of hers by the name of Tiffany Reed. She said that she feared for her safety after being named in Diddy's sexual assault lawsuit. Tiffany Reed, she's a Grammy Award winning songwriter and friend of the singer Cassie, has spoken out about her fear for her safety after being named in a lawsuit against the mogul Diddy. Cassie filed the lawsuit. She filed it on November 16th, accusing Diddy of raping and abusing her during their 10-year relationship, and that ended in 2018. In a letter obtained by Daily Mail, Tiffany Reid wrote that she witnessed Diddy's violent behavior towards Cassie firsthand and that she was traumatized by what she saw. She also claimed that Diddy forced Cassie to have a quote unquote freak off with him and another woman, and that he threatened to kill her if she ever left him. She says that I'm writing this letter to support my friend Cassie in her lawsuit against Sean Combs. I've known Cassie for over 15 years, and I've seen the pain and suffering that he has caused her. He's a monster, and he needs to be stopped. Tiffany Red also said that she was afraid of Diddy's retaliation after being named as a witness in the lawsuit. She said that Diddy had a history of intimidating and silencing his victims and anyone who spoke against him. She said that she had received anonymous threats and harassment since the lawsuit was filed. She said, I'm scared for my life and for Cassie's life. He has so much power and influence in the music industry, and he will stop at nothing to destroy us. He has already tried to discredit Cassie and make her look like a liar. He has hired lawyers and PR teams to smear her reputation and character. He has also tried to bribe me and other witnesses to change her stories and stay silent. Tiffany Red urged the public to believe Cassie and support her in her quest for justice. She said that Cassie was not alone and that there were other women who had suffered similar abuse from Diddy. She said that she hoped that the lawsuit would expose Diddy's true nature and hold him accountable for his actions. Cassie is one of the bravest, strongest women I know. She has endured so much pain and trauma at the hands of Sean Combs and deserves to be heard and believed. She's not doing this for money or fame. She's doing this for herself and for all the other women who have been victimized by him. She's not afraid of him anymore, neither am I. We will not be silenced or intimidated by him or his cronies. We will fight for our rights and our dignity until we get justice. So there you have it, Tiffany Red, friend of Cassie. Lav fam. Yes, hi, how are you doing? I did post it in NYSOM. Hi Lav fam, welcome to the live stream. but it's just not good, isn't it? Just not good with this guy Diddy. Someone's saying here, throwback to when Diddy tried to pour a drink on Kendrick. Wow. Yeah, I do remember vaguely hearing that song. I do remember one time hearing a story about Diddy slapped the piss out of Drake. I do remember hearing that. Second, I don't really listen to rap anymore either, Julia Cass. I'm not a big fan of rap. Certainly not a big fan of what's classed as rap these days. Um, I listen to mostly just house music, old school house, some of the more current stuff, but I'm not really a fan of rap though, to be honest with you. A lot of it can be aggression, but there's a lot of good stuff out there too. There's a lot of good conscious rappers out there as well. So it's not all necessarily all aggression, but yeah, with this stuff though, Diddy. So, um, I mean, the thing is though, I mean, will Diddy be quote unquote cancelled? I mean, honestly, like I don't think so. I feel that Diddy's got enough, probably a lot of friends in high places that will protect him, and that it'll just be a case of this thing. They'll be waiting for it to kind of like die down a bit, and then I think you'll still see Diddy in the limelight. Unfortunately, I don't get joy out of saying that, but you'll probably still see him again. You could be on bloody whatever it is, the Graham Norton show. He'll be on Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel. He'll be at the celebrity red carpet events. I don't know. I just don't know if you'll fully get what's coming to him. But I don't know. I mean, you could obviously tell with me though. I believe the victims here. I don't think this could all be made up and it's all horseshit. But yeah, West End Girls. That was actually an alright song, Julia Cass. Yeah, but look into more into the stuff then. So you might not. I'll clue you in on all this, Julia Cass. So it reads here: Cassie's lawsuit against Diddy explained. So Cassie sued Diddy in federal court on November 16, accusing the hip hop mainstay of rape and a decade long pattern of abuse that began when she was just 19 years old. The R&B singer, who was once signed to Diddy's label Bad Boy Records, alleges sex trafficking, human trafficking, sexual battery, sexual assault, and gender motivated violence, among other causes of action. The filing claims his controlling behavior started when she met him in 2005. After she signed a deal with Diddy's record label the following year, he allegedly exerted complete control over her life, including her apartment, car, clothing, and even her medical records to keep her under his thumb. According to the lawsuit, he went so as far as targeting rapper Kid Cudi, who briefly dated Cassie in 2011 during a rough patch in Diddy and Cassie's relationship, she alleges. Just one day after Cassie filed the lawsuit, she settled with Diddy out of court, probably the quickest settlement in history. So, as the dust cleared, multiple accusers stepped forward, detailing their own sexual assault allegations against Diddy. Below, everything to know about the lawsuit, the settlement, and the music industry's response. So, what was Diddy accused of in the lawsuit? So, first off, the lawsuit alleges several instances of abuse committed by Diddy, including rape, battery, and forced sex act with male sex workers. In the filing, Cassie depicts the mogul, head of her former label and then romantic partner, as a textbook abuser, luring her into what she first perceived as a fatherly protective relationship, only to find herself in an unequal, violent, and sexual relationship. Diddy successfully kept her under his thumb, though his alleged intimidation tactics, which consisted of blowing up a man's car, dangling a friend over a 17th floor balcony, and asking her to carry his gun in her purse. She never went to police out of fear that it would merely give Mr. Combs another excuse to hurt her. Diddy denied the allegations. Cassie, Miss Cassandra Ventura, was held down by Mr. Combs and endured over a decade of his violent behavior and disturbed demands, the lawsuit reads. For Miss Ventura, the dark times were those she spent trapped by Mr. Combs in a cycle of abuse, violence, and sex trafficking. Diddy first expressed romantic interest in Cassie in 2006, the lawsuit claims, when his makeup artist mentioned that he was interested. Soon after, the young star is said to have been drawn into his jet-setting, drug-fueled lifestyle. So there's a lot here to lot. You're asking about Russell Brand. That was only really a story of Julia Cass for about 2 weeks. It was like a story for 2 weeks, and then it just went away. You know, it's been all forgotten about, and Russell's still doing his thing, doing his videos on Rumble, and he's doing them on YouTube as well. It's just they're demonetized on YouTube, but. So carrying on with this stuff then. So it said, once they entered a romantic relationship, Diddy and his inner circle allegedly controlled every aspect of her life. The lawsuit claims those close to the founder of Bad Boy Records turned a blind eye to protect physical abuse. Beatings were witnessed by Mr. Combs' staff and employees, the suit read, but no one dared to speak up against their frightening and ferocious boss. Cassie said she never went to the police for fear it would give Diddy an excuse to hurt her. In one instance of abuse in 2009, he allegedly kicked her repeatedly in the face, making her bleed, and he had his staff hide her in a hotel room. Every time she hid, Mr. Combs' vast network of corporations and affiliated entries found her, and those who worked for Mr. Combs' companies implored her to return to him, the filing stated. Many went as far as to explicitly state that her failure to return to Mr. Combs would hinder her success in the entertainment industry. According to the suit, Cassie suffered memory loss from copious substance use and suicidal ideation during her relationship with Diddy. The court papers cite an instance in which the MRI results went directly to Diddy. The suit named Diddy, whose real name is Sean Combs, and his associated business entities, Bad Boy Entertainment, Bad Boy Records, Epic Records, Combs Enterprise, and Doe Corps, pointed to a widespread complicity. I can't even fucking say the word. Complicity in the allegations. Cassie sought an unspecified amount in the compensatory damages. Elsewhere in the filing, Cassie alleged that Diddy forced her to take part in the quote-unquote free con, or an arrangement in which she had no choice but to plan and engage in sex acts with male sex workers while he masturbated. Sick. The encounters continued for years in high-end hotels across the country and sometimes occurred as often as once a week. Diddy took photos and filmed the encounters. Cassie would delete videos shot on her phone to no avail once she was forced to watch the footage on a flight that she thought she had gotten rid of. Jeez. Just a lot of shit there. A lot of bad shit right there. I'll tell you. Sick. It's just a lot of dark shit with this guy Diddy right here. It's like, God, he really is something else, though, eh? And it says, following a phone in 2016, he allegedly paid a hotel $50,000 to erase hallway surveillance footage, I was saying about before, of an intoxicated Diddy throwing glass vases at Cassie when she tried to escape after he gave her a black eye. She would take copious amount of drugs to dissociate during these horrific encounters, including ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, and alcohol in excessive amounts. The excessive substance use led to addiction, Cassie said. The lawsuit suggested Diddy blew up Kid Cudi's car in 2012 in retaliation for the Up and Away rapper's brief relationship with Cassie. Diddy once said he would target him around that time. The suit says Kid Cudi's car exploded in his driveway. In a statement through his spokesman, Kid Cudi confirmed Cassie's account. This is all true. Diddy forced his way into her home and raped her in 2018, according to the filing, while she repeatedly said no and tried to push him away. Following the incident, Cassie left him for good. She ended her association with Bad Boy in 2019. The two parties did not disclose terms of the settlement, which came just one day after Cassie filed the lawsuit. We have decided to resolve this matter amicably, Diddy said in a statement in November 18. I wish Cassie and her family all the best. Love. And of course, Diddy goes on later to say that it's all about payday. People just want a payday off of me with all this shit. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Can only give someone so much benefit of the doubt. It's like you know what they say, Cara, right? You know, where there's smoke, there's fire, right? I mean, that's just totally true, isn't it? And it says so by reaching an agreement out of court, Diddy avoided you likely damaging evidence being made available by the process of legal discovery. Just so we're clear, a decision to settle a lawsuit, especially in 2023, is in no way an admission of wrongdoing. Ben Brafman, a lawyer for Diddy, said in a statement. Mr. Combs' decision to settle the lawsuit. Second, I fucking lost it. I lost where I was at. Mr. Combs' decision to settle the lawsuit does not in any way undermine his flat-out denial of the claims. He is happy they got to a mutual settlement, and he wishes Miss Ventura the best. Yeah, I'm sure he does. The woman that's brought these allegations to life and could totally expose him and ruin him and end him. He wishes her all the best. Yeah, I bet. But just 1 second, guys. Yeah, it was 12 years. God. And so many people would have put Cassie up on a pedestal. They thought, God, this really hot woman, singer, living the dream, had big smash hit. Well, she had a couple. I mean, she wasn't that big. I mean, early on though, she had was it Me and You, Long Way to Go, uh, but she was a living hell for 12 years. Too much mud flying around Diddy. Absolutely, Julie Cass. Totally agree with that. And so reading it here, it said Cassie's civil suit was brought under the Adult Survivors Act, a New York law that gives victims of sexual abuse who were 18 or older at the time of the alleged abuse a 1-year window to bring in cases in New York after any statutes of limitations have expired. The window closes next week. With the expiration of New York's Adult Survivors Act fast approaching, Cassie told the Times on November 16th, it became clear that this was an opportunity to speak up about the trauma I have experienced and that I will be recovering from for the rest of my life. Cassie also said, thanks to the passage of the act in New York and California, she would be ready to also confront her abuser, hold him and those who enabled his abuse accountable for their actions. Got into that stuff about Tiffany Red. Tiffany Red said that, the power imbalance makes it nearly impossible to fight back and terrifying to speak up. But despite that, here I am, standing beside my friend. There are moments in life when some of us have to face the hard choice of speaking truth to power or not. This is one of those moments. And then you got 50 Cent. 50 Cent got involved in this. 50 Cent, who, he's made it quite clear that he doesn't like Diddy. He said some pretty hard things about Diddy, strong things, comments for a good few years now. Told this story about how Diddy wanted to take 50 Cent shopping, which seems a little bit odd that a grown man would want to go out of his way to want to take another grown man shopping, you know. But 50 Cent immediately got to work on a documentary about Diddy's sexual assault allegations. The rapper confirmed the use in a tweet on December 7th that G Unit film and television proceeds from this documentary will go to victims of sexual assault and rape. So this is maybe kind of almost like a surviving R. Kelly type thing that I guess 50 Cent's company will be doing. 50 wrote alongside a clip from the project, and there's footage. Former Bad Boys rapper Mark Curry describes that there was Diddy would have these parties, and what would happen is that him and his entourage, what they would do, would spike the champagne with drugs for women to consume. So all these big parties, he thought that they were great, that Diddy pooled, and they wear all white or whatever, go on a big yacht. They're out in Saint Tropez, but they were spiking the champagne with drugs. My God, what a piece of garbage this guy is. He really is. He claims they would become real slippery, not knowing they were drugged. Gee, and that's 50 Cent's company, G Unit Film and Television, will produce they'll produce that film. Night, Julia Cass. Take care, mate. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. And more into this. So the stuff with Diddy, how the music industry has reacted. Kesha changed the lyrics of her chart-topping 2009 hit TikTok, seemingly in response to the allegations. The song originally opens with the line, "Wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy," but she's now just said, "Wake up in the morning feeling like me." 50 Cent commented on it. He said he paid that money real quick. Should have done that before the sharks saw the blood in the water. And here they come in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Every woman he put his hand on. Former Danity Kane member Aubrey O'Day responded to the allegations. She said, tweeting, she's been trying to tell y'all. She attached screenshots of used headlines about the lawsuit Danity Kane. This was a group formed by Diddy. It was Making the Band. MTV's Making the Band 2005. O'Day's former bandmate Don Richard shared a message of support for Cassie, praying for Cassie and her family for peace and healing. So Diddy, another thing with Diddy project, and I wonder what they know. They must know some things about him. Just too much with this guy, is it? It's just all too much. But yeah, so this is just more, and I'm just looking at this stuff here about other allegations that Diddy's faced. As here, some multiple accusers hit Diddy with an avalanche of lawsuits in the weeks after Cassie sued him for sexual assault. At the time of writing, 4 additional women stepped forward, victims, leveling similar claims against the ousted CEO. A woman filed a claim with the Southern District of New York on December 6, alleging Diddy, Bad Boy Records executive Harv Pierre, and a third assailant gang raped her when she was 17 after trafficking her across state lines in 2003. Seeing 2 other women bravely speak out against Mr. Combs and Mr. Pierre, respectively, gave Miss Doe the confidence to tell her story as well. Just more and more stuff there with him. Yeah, a lot of people do that. It's like why come out after all these years? They'll say, or oh, they're just looking for money or this, that, the other, and lawyers are worse for that, though. The way the lawyers will try and discredit victims. I mean, it's yeah, I'm the same too. I'm exactly the same as that as you, Kat, on that. Just a moment. Um, yeah, great minds think alike. That's what it is as well. Great minds think alike. Uh, But there's stuff here so that there's more allegations. It's not just the Cassie thing. So it says over Thanksgiving weekend, Combs was hit with two separate lawsuits accusing him of sexual assault and a third accusing his company of negligence and workplace violence. The first comes from a former Syracuse University college student who accuses him of drugging and sexually assaulting the victim, filming the act and showing it as a form of revenge porn. The second one accuses him and the singer-songwriter Aaron Hall of alleged rape and assault against the plaintiff and her friend in 1990 and 1981. Days after Combs reportedly sexually assaulted the victim, he went back to her place of residence and violently attacked them. A woman named Pierre and Diddy's business entities in a sexual assault and workplace harassment lawsuit as well, claiming Pierre engaged in a year-long pattern of grooming that eventually turned violent on multiple occasions. Additional allegations resurfaced after Cassie's lawsuit first came to light. A 2019 interview with Virginia V detailed alleged incidents of physical abuse. In a conversation with controversial internet personality Tasha K, Diddy's ex-girlfriend accused the CEO of once stomping on her stomach, punching her, and trying to pay her to abort their child. He stomped on my stomach really hard, trying to that took the wind out of my breath. I couldn't breathe. He kept hitting me. I was pleading to him, "Can you just stop? I can't breathe." She added that everyone around Diddy allowed the abuse to occur. He was mentally, emotionally, and physically abusing me. He would always compare me to Cassie and tell me I'm the bad one, she's a good one. Diddy's former personal chef, it gets worse. It's getting worse now. The former personal chef, Cindy Ruella, if I pronounced her surname correctly, filed a lawsuit against them in 2017 claiming sexual harassment, failure to pay overtime, and retaliation. Ruella alleged Diddy would regularly ask her to serve food to him and his friends immediately following sexual activity. The men would be naked during the post-coital meals, according to the lawsuit, with Diddy once asking if she liked his body. He settled the lawsuit. He loves settling lawsuits, right? He settled the lawsuit with her in 2019. No terms were divulged. Oy vey, oy vey. As I say, it literally is too much reading through all this stuff here with Diddy. I just got to take a breather. He's a guy again. When I was young, dumb, didn't know any better. I kind of liked some of his songs. I liked the stuff he did with Mace. I like the stuff he did with there was this stuff with Biggie, Hate Me Now, that song with Nas, but I would never listen, just on principle, I wouldn't listen to any of these songs again. Even with the guys that he's done stuff like real talented guys. There was that song Usher, I Need a Girl. That was quite a good one, but just a lot of shit with this guy though. a second. Sorry. Okay, so there's just a little bit more with this stuff here as well. So, no, he's got a thing of having being real hot headed, and he's assaulted guys before, assaulted dudes. Record producer guy by the name of Steve Stout. He assaulted. Um, but it says here in the years prior, Diddy allegedly assaulted his son's football coach in 2015. He was rumored to have fought Cuddy in a club in 2012. I'd mentioned the story before. He slapped Drake at a club. He was sued for ordering a promoter's assault in 2007. He pleaded guilty in the 90s to a reduced assault charge after he attacked the president of Interscope Records with a chair, a telephone, and a champagne bottle over the Blasphemous Nas video that includes a scene of two men crucified. The judge sentenced him to 1 day and an anger management program. If you're anyone else and you're not a celebrity and you're not a powerful guy, if you're assaulting somebody with a chair, a telephone, and a champagne bottle, I mean, you're what? You could be going to jail for what, 6 months, maybe 6 to 10 months. But did he just, you know, reduced assault charge, 1 day in anger management? Which, gee, he's a coward. And what's the definition of a coward? Somebody who shows fear in a shameful way. And this is what this guy Diddy is. Really is just a scumbag. Total just piece of trash. And there's all that stuff there. There's the stuff about, was he involved? Was he involved in the death of Tupac? Was he even involved in the death of Biggie? There's stuff out there. There's theories, conspiracy theories out there about that. But I mean, overall, guys, what's your thoughts on all this stuff with Diddy? Do you think that Diddy can survive this, or do you think very shortly there might be a surviving P Diddy type docu series, and then he'll be cancelled? What do you guys overall think about this? But I wasn't that familiar with Tiffany Red before, though. But she's a Grammy-winning songwriter. So these are not just random people that you might think are falling on hard times, desperate for money, getting, looking to sue him, get a payday. Um, there's a lot of people out there that know about Diddy, and I just wonder, when it comes to a lot of the real prominent rappers, what do they really know about with Sean Combs? What he's really like? There's people that have been around him. There's guys like Fabulous. There's Ti, Busta Rhymes. They must know what he's really like. They must have some stories. But I just don't know if they would ever reveal any of it. There's maybe still in their minds a little bit of loyalty towards this guy. Lord knows why, but yeah, terrible, wasn't it? I mean, Tupac and Biggie, I'm a big fan of both of them. Their stuff. Um, Biggie. It's like what Mel said. Biggie was a great shit talker. But Tupac was more of like he made you feel, he made you think with his stuff, with his songs. Um, Probably I would, just in terms of listening to and enjoying their music, I'd probably say Biggie. I liked him a little bit more, but both obviously are really brilliant rappers, and there's always that debate: who is better, Biggie, Tupac? Rap people talking about their top 5 rappers of all time, stuff like that. But it's just the same. Rap's just not the same anymore, though. It's not good, really not good. Very few. I know you got Kendrick, you got guys like Drake can rap, but the quality is just not the same as it used to be. It really isn't. Well, I mean, what about you, Cara? When it comes to this stuff, I mean, first off, like Cassie, the singer, were you that familiar with her, or did you not really know about her? Something about a lipstick ally had details on Puff since 2009. Not sure. Not heard that name before. It is quite tepid. I know, Cara. I know. Tribe of Judah, thanks for joining the chat. I'm glad they're cutting ties with a sicko. Yeah, I know. I know. But then the thing is, though, this is just like one company. No, sorry, eight, like what if his company, what if, the Empower Global company, he's got multiple businesses that he's in. But I mean, there's that whole thing though, wasn't there, about was it that tequila brand Diageo or something that severed ties with him? But then they were caught up in a big whole thing of Diddy had sued them, and he was trying to play the race card, saying that they weren't backing him enough, and that they had with his drinks, like the vodka and that they were just specifically like an urban black thing. Um, but then there's a bit of a contradiction there because when Diddy's specifically doing like a thing for black owned businesses, but then he's moaning that his own drink is specifically just for the black urban crowd, then it's like, well, it's kind of like, well, you want your cake and you want to eat it too, right? So you prefer that it was more of a general thing. It wasn't just urban. It was to the general. It wasn't just like a niche. It was more of a general thing of the general population. But you're specifically having this thing in Power Global where it's just black owned businesses, but no to white businesses, people who are Caucasian. It's just black owned businesses. I'm not really down with all that stuff. Really, it does. I know I'm not a fan of that. But Diddy's played the race card on a few occasions, though. I do know that for a fact. I just feel people will have his back, though. Diddy, can you see like people like Pharrell turning his back on Diddy? Can you see like people like Jay-Z turning his back on Diddy? I mean, who knows? I mean, R. Kelly worked with the top people in the business at one point. He did a whole album with Jay-Z. I think he was even going to do another album with him. And you had R. Kelly, sorry, Usher worked with R. Kelly. So but I don't think they're visiting R. Kelly in prison, are they? But yeah, Cassie. No, Cassie Cara, yeah. So Cassie was a song. There was a song "Me and You." I don't know if that rings a bell. That was from like 2005, 2006 time. I don't know if you could. This rings a bell. It's me and you. Now I've been waiting. Think I'm gonna make that move now. Mhm. It was kind of a catchy song. Wasn't too bad. So, any more final thoughts on this stuff with Diddy, guys? Where do you think this will go? Do you think Diddy can? Will he still be there in the limelight a few months down the line? Will he be, quote unquote, cancelled? What do you guys think overall with this? Yeah, just me and you. That's how you took it, Cara. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a good song though. It's a good one. Cassie, me and you. Look it up, man. Could be. Yeah. This is maybe just a thing, just the natural laws of the universe, so to speak. Cara. I'm a big believer in karma. I mean, I was raised Catholic, but the thing that annoys me a little bit about like Western religions, like Judeo-Christian, there's not enough talk of spirituality. I feel, and I think that's where Hinduism and Buddhism are really good because they really get into it when it comes to karma. You know, I'm not sure about this whole thing about past lives. You know, if we'll reincarnate. I don't know. I mean, I have a feeling maybe we could. But I do believe in karma, though. I do believe, obviously, treating people right. And if you don't treat people right, you treat people poorly. It'll come back on you. It'll come back to haunt you at some point. It's gonna. And so many cases of my life where I've seen karma. And with people who are real shitty people who treated you poorly, karma is a beautiful thing to behold. It really is. That goes out to all the fucking haters that anyone that's trying to fuck me in my life. It's a beautiful thing to behold, guys. Start treating people better. Be nice, be respectful, don't be a dick. Yeah, maybe I might convert to Buddhism, karma. I gotta, I heard somebody say one time, say if they weren't a Christian, they'd be a Buddhist. I kind of feel that way. I do. I've read I've bet a couple of books into Buddhism before. Got a lot from it. Hinduism kind of went over my head a little bit. And I was maybe because Hinduism is more specifically kind of just Indian based, specifically for people in India, but where just Buddhism has just got that universal appeal to it. I found that worked for me. And it does absolutely, Cara. It really does. It'll catch up with you one way or another. Yeah, totally, totally agree. Yeah, no, Buddhism's okay, Kat. I mean, I was looking into something one time about like going to this center where people like these Buddhists get together and I guess they sit down. I don't even know if they do all that much. It was just that you sit down, you meditate, you're in a circle with all the chairs. I did inquire about that one time. This is years ago, but then they never got back to me. I don't know, just one of these things, even in Aberdeen, there's not many, maybe very small community of people who are Buddhists, but I don't know. It speaks to me a lot of the time, Buddhism, though. You could really get more of trying to be a better person, um, and just be a nice person, just be cool. Just a lot. You got all different things from different religions. Can bring out the best in people, but then it can also bring out the worst in people. Religion, it's just how it is. Just how it is. Um, meditation. It's interesting you say that, Kat. I should something I know I should do more and just be more before I get right into the day, just take a breather, relax, think of what I'm going to do, and then just chill and don't let life stress me out. And I'm into like the law of attraction as well and stuff like that. I believe in that and like manifestation. That's stuff I've looked into before as well, and just to visualize things and just kind of look at my goals, look at where I want to be, where I want to go, and yeah. But that's overall my thoughts, guys. So I'm going to just start wrapping this up. But any final comments, Kara, Tribe of Judah? I don't know if you're still there, but thanks for commenting. Yeah, any final words on anything? Just feel free, fire away now. Yeah, really good stuff. The Secret, that's a good film, Kara. I don't know if you've seen that. I think you're online. Secret's good one to watch. If you've not seen it. Um, And it's a lot of people that have used this, the law of attraction, The Secret, Oprah Winfrey. I think Kevin Hart was another person. Who else? There's a good few famous people, celebrities. They visualize these things. They might write it out, might draw like a house, their dream house. They draw it out. I'm a crap drawer. I would turn out a shit house if I were to draw the house I'd like to be in. But there's just a lot of things. Visualizing things, it's powerful. It really does. You put it out there to the world. Um, but that's my thoughts, guys. So thanks, Cara. Thanks for the kind words. And yeah, you scrub up not too badly yourself, Cara. Yeah, Jim Carrey, he spoke a lot about that before with law of attraction, spirituality. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah. But thanks, guys, for everybody who came on the live stream. My plan will probably be I might do one tomorrow. I'll see how I feel. If not tomorrow, probably Tuesday. But I think maybe I'll try and around 8ish. Around 8 o'clock, I think I'll probably do a live stream tomorrow, and I don't know what I'll talk about. Maybe I'll touch a little bit more on this stuff with Diddy, but I'll just see how things go. But thanks everybody for who came on. I really do appreciate it. And just and take care, guys. Thank you. So see you guys. Bye.